I'm not here to tell you that there haven't been disappointments and hard moments. And if that's the perspective you have, then that's the perspective you have. I can only look at it through my eyes, which is I am a fan of all three teams. And we have had a parade and a trip to the Super Bowl and a different trip to the NFC title game.
You sniffed it if you're a Niner fan.
I'm not telling you it's perfect. I'm just telling you it's not, quote, not kind to you. If you're a Bay Area sports fan, has this decade, and let's go ahead and start it at 2020. I don't want to upset anyone.
Okay.
Has this decade, quote, not been kind to you? Here's what I want to say, and I want to say this as calmly as possible, like I want to come from a nice place here. I get it. I really do. Especially, we've talked all about that whole age separator thing with the 49ers. I get it if you're going to come from the perspective of, oof, a lot of close calls, tantalizingly close, very, very frustrating to be so tantalizingly close and not get the full payoff. I totally get it. However, I find it to be a very spoiled fan take to say that this decade has, quote, not been kind to the Bay Area sports fan. This decade, even just starting in 2020, let's just start with the lead story. You have a ring, okay? So that's one. You already, in 5+ years, you have a ring. So many major cities. Call your friends in Detroit.
Yeah. You're talking about the big three sports, basically?
I'm mainly talking about the big three.
Okay.
There's a little bit of a quirk that'll come in if we bring in hockey, but I'll get to that. But you have a ring. Secondarily, your football team has been to 2 NFC Championship games, 1 Super Bowl where you went into the overtime against supposedly one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Again, tantalizingly close and frustrating. Sure, I get that part of it. But you have been to 2 lengthy playoff runs, and then this year got to have 12 wins and a playoff win with half of your good players hurt. So there's that. Now, your baseball team, largely been disappointing. You did have the best regular season ever in the history of the organization. You're also still in the shadow to a degree, like unless you're really young, unless you're 15, and I don't think Sam Lubman is 15, but unless you're 15, you're in the shadow of a dynasty. In the shadow of a dynasty.
It's a long shadow now.
Dude,
that sun is almost getting down the horizon.
7 rings in the last 15 years in this town.
For
7.
baseball.
No.
Oh.
Baseball and basketball.
I'm just talking about the shadow of the dynasty of the Giants.
Okay. But
that's a long shadow.
Okay, but if I take that as a whole, if I just take that, your baseball team's had their best regular season ever. Your football team has been to 2 NFC title games and 1 Super Bowl. Your basketball team has been on its normal sort of multiple playoff runs. They've been to the second round 2 other times, by the way, and also won a championship ring. And then I could come at it also from the perspective of just like the players you get to see. Like there are a lot of markets where it's like, oh, you know, how about Miami? Who are your stars in Miami? This town has Steph Curry and Christian McCaffrey and, you know what I mean? Like there's largely been an identity to these teams. So I find my take and my taste, that's a little bit of a spoiled fan take. This is what we did earlier. Since 2020, if it starts at 2020, how many, and this is just our big 3, football, basketball, baseball, how many major markets can boast more rings than the Bay Area?
More than one.
More than one. How many markets can boast more than 1 ring? Let's do a list.
Okay.
Let's do a list. I have the whole list right here in front of me. I'll give you 3 strikes, but let's see if you can get all of the cities on this list. All right, go ahead and take a guess.
Well, I'm just trying to think about who's won what, and well, I mean, my first, they only have 1, and
I got the whole list.
How about Houston? I think they won 2 World Series in that time.
No, they did not. Houston, no.
Is this just basketball, baseball, football?
Yes, just basketball, baseball, football for now. I'll expand later.
Well, and I'm not going to get into the fractions that you like to put on this, but I know that Like LA's won probably, according to you, 1.847 championships.
That's more than one, though, Dibs.
Yeah,
So I'm going to say LA.
it's more than one, and it's also not true. Like the Rams, the Dodgers twice, the COVID championship, that can whatever. But like
The Lakers and the
was
bubble.
2020.
yeah, Los Angeles.
Yes.
That is a correct answer.
Okay.
All right. Now, you want to keep going?
I do.
You do? Are you sure?
I mean,
Are you sure you want to keep going?
only if there are more on the list.
This is where it can really escalate.
I'm thinking
We're
about
going to the bonus round. Would you like to keep going?
the obvious one would be a city that has a bazillion teams, but I'm thinking like the Jets and the Giants don't win, the Yankees and the Mets don't win.
I tell you what.
The Knicks and the Nets don't win.
Granny, will you hit the buzzer? Now hit it again.
But-
Great. No.
but I-
three straight. No, the list is over.
Seattle,
No.
Fear the Kraken.
No. The list.
Oklahoma, no.
Now, if we do hockey, then Denver.
WNBA, Vegas.
Okay.
So one city.
That's the list.
Man.
That's the list. And we out here
It's
going,
actually not a list if there's only one item.
life is hard for us. We've only been to 2 NFC title games and a Super Bowl and had a parade in basketball and had 107 wins for our baseball team. This is hard. It's awful. It's terrible. I mean, the dynasties are like a full 7, 8 years ago now. It's been like 7 or 8 years since we've had multiple
A lot of
dynasties.
suffering. I will shout
Yes,
out.
it sucks
I'll
being
shout
here.
out my brothers and sisters in the East Bay because
Now,
the
this is
A's
a-
did leave.
This is a good take.
The A's left. The Raiders left actually, the Warriors left in 2019, so that wouldn't count. But the last of the teams, they left. The A's left. So
The A's left.
My brothers
Raiders
and sisters
left.
in the nickel dime 510. Yeah, I get it. I see you.
That's a fair take, although the Warriors to me is a different departure. I understand the emotions around it, but they did not leave the greater, huge Bay Area.
And that was before 2020.
Yes.
So
But
it wouldn't qualify under this parameter,
look,
but
if you're a diehard A's and Raiders fan and you grew up in the 510, you damn well know that our hearts have always gone out to that, and it sucks. And the ownership of both of those teams is just a flat out ridiculous joke. And
Yes.
we've known that. So yes, that is a fair take.
of the remaining three, though, like you're rolling in it. In Kansas City, like the Royals haven't been great, but you have Mahomes, and you've gotten what you've gotten there, and that's been pretty awesome too.
I'm not here to tell you that there haven't been disappointments and hard moments. And if that's the perspective you have, then that's the perspective you have. I'm not saying that, like, oh my gosh, we're crushing everybody. But, like, do you know what actually would be a list? All of the major cities who have Bub Kuss
Yes.
during this 5.5 year period that we're talking about.
And Kansas City actually goes on the list because they've won 2 Super Bowls. So
Does that major market? I was kind of talking about the three sport cities.
Okay.
The 3 sport cities. It's kind of like, that's where my mind was.
Fair
at least.
enough.
But
Yeah.
But sure. Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean, you've got some markets with 3 sports that, probably don't deserve 3 sports, but,
You're damn right.
in Kansas City's, they had basketball once upon a time, but now it's a 2-sporter.
I do want you to know the reason I found this to be a compelling conversation is because I do understand the other side of the coin. And it is simply a matter of perspective. So if your full focus is, I'm only a Niner fan, I'm not into the Warriors and the Giants. That's one part of it. But if your sole focus is on the tantalizingly, frustratingly close nature of what the Niners have been through recently, okay, I understand that. There is a second perspective, though, that talks about, well, they've been on multiple runs. And that in and of itself, I find to be a net positive.
Of course.
I'm not saying that it's like perfect and it's everything. But, like I would love for every Niner fan, especially the young ones, to talk to a Lions fan. Talk to a Lions fan. And like they're good, right? They got a good team. Do they?
Sure, they did.
Yeah,
I mean,
go football team.
their window may be closed.
Maybe.
I think you could talk to Arizona Cardinal fan, and you could talk to just Arizona fan, period. Like, the Phoenix Suns have won 0, NBA titles, I believe. The Cardinals have won no Super Bowls. And the baseball team had a neat little run with Randy and Kurt. And that was about 20-something years ago. So if you're born and raised in Phoenix or Scottsdale or Mesa, and you're one of these diehard Arizona fans, you want to talk about bupkis. Not only do you get nothing, you've got a joke of a franchise in 2 of the 3.
I mean, Detroit sits there for I don't know how many years. Sure, their hockey team's been good, but other Bad Boys Pistons.
That's 35 years ago.
Right. Like, you've been sitting there for so long, and then the Lions are always this laughing stock, and then they bring in this new coach, and he's got everybody's attention, and they put together a squad, and they believe, and they just fire all the way out to a 17-point halftime lead in the NFC Championship game. Rug out from underneath your feet. And then the following year, they're like, it's okay. We're the 1 seed. Yeah. So we're going to right last year's wrong. And then you get your butts kicked on your home field in your very first playoff game. That's where again, that feels a little bit different. Although maybe the younger Niner fan feels like this is the exact same thing. I don't know. But I can only look at it through my eyes, which is I am a fan of all 3 teams. And we have had a parade and a trip to the Super Bowl and a different trip to the NFC title game.
You sniffed it if you're a Niner fan.
I'm not telling you it's perfect. I'm just telling you it's not, quote, not kind to you.